We were like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around, does it really make a sound? That's romantic and profound. But now we're like lumberjacks holding it.
Fighting under the candlelight. Welcome to Cambrian Hall. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time. Here comes the Miracle Man himself, Daniel Jacobs. He bounced back from cancer as a two-time the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn, one of the greatest English champions of all.
This bout is scheduled.
The fans are ready, and it looks like you can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Do you believe what we're seeing? He threw a punch and just got countered. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
There's a counter shot. Trying to land that jab. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. This slugger isn't interested in winning rounds. He just wants to win the fight. And he's not going to do it on the scorecard, Johnny. He needs a KO.
Oh, this is a slugger right here in front of him. These kind of fighters, they want to get hit in the face because it cheese them on. They want to stand there and fight in the trenches.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance without it.
There's the bell for round two. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter punching. Miss with that jab. Nice counter. Defense is not an option for these two. Well done with that counter shot. You've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class. It sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both men step back for just a moment. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Those counter punches have to hurt. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable in middleweight.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? Back at it in round 4. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The straight right just misses. Can't land that jab. Beautiful counter shot. He saw that right hand coming a mile away. And he scores with the counter. Beautiful counter punch. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill.
These two fighters are made for one another. Good counter punch. A perfect counter shot. The courage on display here is incredible. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy.
Time for the 5th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Nice counter shot. The perfect counter lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. These punches coming from every angle. That jab doesn't find a home. How about that time counter shot? Punch, counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
Dominance, without a doubt. Look.
There's the bell to start round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Punch lands halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Punch caught him clean. He misses with that jab. Quick punch scores. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye.
Here comes round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford... don't know. I got to take another look at that.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Nice counter shot. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Tried to land the left hook, but it was blocked. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Talk about Vin in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped twice in the last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
And we enter the 8th round. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round. That counter shot lands. They exchange punches. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got...
And down goes Daniel Jacobs. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
A shot from the gods took him...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It wasn't bad. I'm currently in the game, so you might need that for you and let's start coming to go. So.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Got a good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
That's lights out right there.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
You'd like to see more jabs. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Let's see how the corner handles their fighter here after being dropped twice in that last round. There's the bell to start round 9. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Power power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
The middleweights are the...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. The Dark Destroyer now in a very dark place. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at There's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are great.
One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Ben in that last round.
They believe their fighter has it.
And here comes... Nice counter punch. They exchange punches. Straight right just misses. A perfect counter lands. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Sometimes when you get in there with something that's so powerful, you can't think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How...
Oh, Johnny, take a look at this action. Nigel Benn has been rocked. How did they survive that?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave.
There's the bell to start round 11. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And there goes Jacobs. He's down. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, playing the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
Those counter punches have to hurt. There's a scoring blow. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. When are we gonna see a jab from these two? It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. It's not over till it's over.
Yo, can't you kill this guy? What the fuck are you doing?
On to the 12th. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
We'll see.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. That punch scores. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.